Hi guys, I'm Morgenstern. I'm back with another video. Today I wanted to share with you my March TBR. I have very ambitious plans for March because the Booktubesff season has started and I have to read like 7 books each month. And yeah, let's get into the books that I need to read this month. I still want to do my stacking the series every month, otherwise I won't be able to complete that challenge. And I have 4 more books that I want to read this month. So yeah, I have a total of 16 books on my TBR, so I don't have much wiggle room, but all of the things I'm going to be reading I'm super duper excited about. So I'm not too sad about the fact that I don't have a lot of mood reading time, but because I am in the mood for all of these books, so yay! So first of all, let's start out with the stacking the series part and what I want to read from that one. The first thing I need to read is continuing my Pratchett reads, and that is reading The Last Continent by Pratchett. This is the 22nd book in the series Discworld. I can't get hold of this sticker, it annoys me so much. And I love these books so much, you know that, but this is a Rincewind novel. Rincewind is my least favorite sub-series in the series, but there have been definitely books in the series that I have really enjoyed. Like, I think the Fantastic is pretty decent. I thought that most recent one I read, Interesting Times, was definitely also really good. So I'm hoping that this one will be good as well, and I will definitely enjoy it nonetheless because Pratchett never disappoints me completely. So I'm definitely looking forward to reading this one. I moved it. The next one I have to read is Murder on Lexington Avenue by Victoria Thompson. This is the next book in the Gaslight Mystery series. It's the 12th books to be exact. So another very further on in the series book for me. I like how I'm making really good progress on all of these series now. The third book that is on my TBR for March is an ebook I have to read, and that is Deadly Sting by Jennifer Estep. I read Widow's Web this month and I'm looking forward to reading on in the series. I really enjoy them. They're really fast reads, so I'm looking forward to getting through this one, and hopefully it will be just as quick as Widow's Web because I need some quick books this month with all of the things I need to read. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that one. The fourth book that is on my TBR for March is Perfect Blood by Kim Harrison. This is book 10 in their Hollows or Rachel Morgan series, and I'm looking forward to continuing. The last book was really good and I really enjoyed it. It's the favorite in a long time in that series, so I'm really looking forward to see where this one is going. And the last and final book I need to read for the stacking the series prompt is To Sir Philip with Love by Julia Quinn. This is the 5th book in the Bridgerton series. I'm looking forward to reading this one. So I have lots of urban fantasy and quite a few historical things, so I'm looking forward to reading it nonetheless. Now, the next part is going to be the Booktubesff Awards books that I need to read this month. I have 7 books on this TBR, and I actually think I only have 13 books left to read, but the remaining 6 are going to be on my April TBR, also because one of the books from my April TBR is going to be the longest one. So yeah, I figure it's nice to have the most in this one and then have a little less the next month, and we'll see how things go. The first thing that I need to read in March is Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Maria Garcia. I really look forward to reading this one. The next book that is also nominated in the Booktubesff Awards I need to read is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This is also nominated in the fantasy category, and this is like almost 500 pages. I'm really looking forward to reading it though, because I've heard really excellent things. I can't access the audio, even though I have an audio at my library. There's a really long holds list on it, so I can't wait around for that. I think it says that I won't be getting to it until couple of months or 3, and that will be too late, and so I'm going to be reading it myself. The next one I have to read is A Memory Called Empire. This one is by Arkady Martine. This is their first book in a series. I've forgotten what it's called. It's a science fiction series, and both Rhea and Rachel from Kalanadi really loved this one when I read it last year. It was one of their favorites of the whole year. I think it was Rachel's favorite book. And I think it was also Rhea's. Either that was the second favorite. And I am looking forward to reading it because they were so into it, and I hope that I will be too. I hope I won't be too confused about the audio of this, because I have sometimes audios can be difficult with science fiction, but this is how I can read it. So I'm going to give it a try this way and see how it goes, and hopefully I'll be able to follow along. So I'm definitely listening to this one. The next thing that I need to read is The Wicked King by Holly Black. This is a sequel to The Cruel Prince, which I read last year. I have an audio coming in the next coming weeks, so I'll definitely be picking this up in the beginning of March and get my way through it. It's a pretty short audio, so I'm looking forward to reading it and getting through it and all of that. Then I also want to try and get to The Gilded Walls by Roshani Chockshi, because this one is also one I can access from the library pretty soon. I just need to finish something. There's no holds on it currently, so I need to finish something so I can get to it as soon as possible before people start to put hold on it and I can read it. I will also be listening to an audio of this one for sure. The next thing I need to read is The Dragon Pearl by Yoon. This is also one I can access immediately, so as I said, I need to finish the two things I have out from the library so I can get to it. And then I will definitely work my way through those 2 books in the beginning of March so I can have them off my TBR and on with the other books. And that's the thing with the libraries, when there's no hold on it, you need to get to them as quickly as possible before people start putting holds on them, and I can't get to them in time. But my library has some limits in that I can only have 2 checked out at the same time, but I do have 21 days to read books when I can get it, and I know that some people only have 14 days, so I definitely have a little bit more than that. And the last and final thing I plan on reading in March is To Be Taught Is Fortunate by Becky Chambers. I got this down on my Kindle, so I will be reading that whenever. It's nice to have some ebooks to read over the month. I can bring that with me everywhere, so it's easy to read that, and so we'll see how that goes. It's definitely a short one. It shouldn't take me very much time, so yeah. So as I said, I also have 4 other books that I really like to get to for different projects. The first one is the start of my classics project that I talked about last month that I wanted to just get started on in March, and I still want to do that. I've tried to randomize it as much as possible, and I sort of went to random.org I wrote all of the names of the titles into an organizer thing, and then I randomized them, and it changed all of them around, so in that order I needed to read them. If there are sequels after another one, then I move them around so that I read the first one first, because I can't read series out of order, even if I can totally read them without being spoiled and stuff. It's just something I can't do. But the first book, and this is not even because I changed things around, the first book that I need to read is The Dandelion Vine by Bradbury. This is a first in the series, and it is one I can listen to in audio from Storytel, and I'll be looking through it at the same time and sort of marking my way through it. Modern classics is not as difficult for me to understand as like old classics, but I'm really looking forward to Bradbury. I have a feeling I will be really enjoying his writing style. Yeah, so I'm hoping I will be, because I have 3 Bradbury books on this list. Let me know if you want to know what's on it, because I could definitely do a video about that. But this one is the first one I need to read for this challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. I have seen people who've read it and they really, really enjoyed it, so looking forward to it. Then I obviously want to move on with my Stephen King project. I still haven't read any Stephen King this year, and I feel terrible. So I put Thinner on this month as well, because I don't have time to read The Talisman. I just can't fit it in right now. So Thinner is on my TBR, and I will try and read that for March. And this is an audio I can access. It's only 10 hours long, so it's not a very long audio either, so I should be able to get through it. Then I want to take part in Lala's book club called The Literally Dead book club, because I want to read more thriller horror books. I do read them every once in a while, and I really, really enjoy them usually when I read them. I haven't so far read the first month's book, but I did actually get it on Audible, and I'll try and get to that over next week. When I finish Dead Voices, I will start on the other people. So in March, this book is going to be Platform 7 by Louise Doughty, I think that's her name, and I have that currently checked out from the library, so it will be one I'm reading very, very soon. I'll probably be starting it a little bit before March, but we'll see, because if I have to make things work out, I probably have to try and do that. But I also have to finish Jonathan Strange and Mr. Royal before I get to March, because it's so packed, so I don't know how that's going to go, and I still have like 350 pages of that book left. Last and final thing I want to read is, because I started on a reread project in February, I've really been enjoying it, so the reread I want to do in March is because I wanted to alternate between two authors, more or less, and the other author I want to reread is Richelle Mead. I want to try and see if I enjoy the books as much as I did when I first read them. So I recently purchased this one because I didn't own a physical copy of it. I only have it on Kindle, and that is Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. The Vampire Academy is 6 books long, and the Bloodlines series that comes right after it is 6 books long. Bloodlines is possibly my favorite series of those two, which is an unpopular opinion, but that's only because I really enjoy Adrian so much, and Adrian is not introduced until the second book, I think, if I remember correctly. But I do really enjoy these, and I remember reading this one and reading it in a day or so, and that was before I got really into a reading binge. Like, the text is really large, so it will definitely not take me very long to read it. I'm looking forward to getting back to this. Rereading has been so much fun, and I'm looking forward to rereading books in the future. So as I said, right now it's going to alternate between Harry Potter and the Vampire Academy's books, and when I get to finish the Harry Potter series, I'll find something else. I can alternate between the Bloodlines books. Yeah, anyway, this is all my plans to read for March. Let me know in the comments down below what you want to read in March. Are you planning on participating in the Booktubesff Awards? Are you reading any exciting new releases? Whatever. I'm definitely not reading new releases this next 2 months. I'll wait with that until I have more room in my TBR. I'm also not pulling any books out of the jar this month because I don't have room, but I'm excited about all of the books that I have on my list, and hopefully I'll get to share them with you over the next coming weeks when I do weekly wrap-ups. I've decided not really to do monthly wrap-ups any longer because they become too long. Either they become too long or I have to do them in a format that I don't really appreciate. So I won't be doing monthly wrap-ups any longer, but I will be doing maybe quarterly check-ins with statistics sort of thing for myself, so I can follow along with what I'm reading, because that is what I'm missing. When I don't do wrap-ups, that is the statistical parts. But I like doing the weekly wrap-ups because I'm able to talk a little bit more in depth about the books that I'm reading without it becoming too long. In my monthly wrap-ups, I usually only try to talk about it a minute and a half. And if I don't do that, then it will become like an hour-long wrap-up. So that's definitely too much. And yeah. This is all for you today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye!